Hi, I'm Linda Waugh, and I serve as a member of the Board of Trustees for the Pasadena Area Community College District. I was also a member of the Board of Governors Task Force on Workforce, Job Creation, and a Strong Economy. Legislation based on the Task Force's recommendations calls on our community colleges to play a major role in developing the workforce of our state. In this video briefing, we will take a look at how we are responding to this call for action. The Strong Workforce Program asks the community colleges of our state to help transform the state's economy as well as help our students succeed. California has a growing and changing economy. In the coming years, as many as 1 million jobs may go unfilled. Many of these are middle-skilled jobs, which require post-secondary education, but not necessarily a 4-year degree. Examples of these jobs include heating and air conditioning technicians, computer network technicians, and community mental health workers. As trustees, we know these are the kinds of occupations we prepare our students for in our career and technical education programs. Through CTE, our colleges facilitate social mobility. Recent high school graduates entering the workforce with degrees and/or certificates can start at an attractive wage and have a promising future. Workers who have plateaued in unskilled, low-wage jobs have an opportunity to gain new skills for a better career. Employed workers can continue improving their skills to qualify for promotions. Those on public assistance have an opportunity to train for jobs that offer family-sustaining wages. Because the Strong Workforce Program calls for significant changes on how colleges work, there are important policy and strategic decisions to be made. District CEOs and trustees will need to work closely together to guide our colleges to success. Let's take a look at how the Strong Workforce Program came to be. Legislation in 2014 called for the formation of a task force to study student success in career and technical education and make recommendations. In response, in the fall of that year, the California Community College Board of Governors formed a broad-based task force consisting of representatives from the colleges, the business community, the State Workforce Board, and the California Chamber of Commerce. I was honored to be part of this group. The task force made 25 recommendations based on listening sessions around the state, background papers, and testimony. The recommendations can be grouped into these 7 categories: student success, workforce data and outcomes, curriculum, career pathways, CTE faculty, regional coordination, and funding. In June of 2016, the legislature passed and the governor signed into law the Strong Workforce Program. The legislation provides a framework for the program and devotes $200 million on an annual basis to its implementation. It is important to keep in mind the legislation's 2 simple but significant goals: more and better career and technical education. More means more students in CTE and more programs, particularly ones that meet emerging needs. Better CTE focuses on outcomes, more completions, and more students employed. For the next 3 years, the state is investing $200 million per year in community college CTE to make the recommendations of the task force a reality. 60% goes directly to the colleges for local efforts, and the other 40% is directed to regional collaborative activities. Initially, money is being distributed using a formula that is a combination of CTE enrollments, local unemployment rates, and the number of job openings. A portion of the funds, 17%, will be awarded on an incentive basis. The significant investment is intended to produce innovation in our system. There are few restrictions on how the money is spent in order to encourage the implementation of new ideas. Another feature of the program is the focus on outcomes, completion, and employment. The award of program certificates and degrees, as well as students doing well in the employment market, will be the marks of success. The Strong Workforce Program has a number of organizing principles that are important to understand. The first of these is alignment. This is to ensure our community college CTE programs are a good fit with employer needs and other workforce development efforts. The most important one is that our programs align with the local labor market so that the occupational training offered meets local employer needs. We want program graduates to readily find work. The curriculum taught in these programs should align with the current state of knowledge and technology in a given occupation. There are workforce development efforts outside of the college, such as the local federally funded workforce investment boards, community-based organizations, and others who offer employment training. We want our community college programs to coordinate across the region with others, leveraging our resources and making sure we don't offer duplicate programs. All of these resources should be coordinated to maximize their impact. Regionalism is an important concept in the Strong Workforce Program. Currently, community college CTE programs work together in 7 regions. They have worked together in this fashion for many years, but the operation has been informal and underfunded. The Strong Workforce Program makes a major shift by formalizing regional decision-making and directing significant funding toward regional projects. Regionalization now requires the colleges to look at workforce needs on a regional basis, identifying gaps in the supply in occupational areas, and recognizing growing, emerging occupational areas. The colleges make extensive use of labor market information in determining where to place both their local and regional efforts. The Strong Workforce Program requires each of the regions to prepare a regional plan, which demonstrates how the colleges in the region will address these needs. The plan includes how the regional funds will be used. A second effort at the regional level is the coordination of program development. New programs go through a regional process to document that there is a labor market need. This process also identifies any unnecessary duplication, which could result in too many programs in a given occupation. This could result in no one program being able to draw enough students to sustain itself. A final role regions can play is leveraging resources whenever possible. This could include sharing equipment and services between colleges or forming joint purchasing agreements. Another organizing principle of the Strong Workforce Program is the use of a business sector approach. Needs are looked at in terms of specific workforce issues in a given industry, such as advanced manufacturing. 10 sectors have been identified on a statewide basis, but regions are asked to select which of those is most important to them. They also have the flexibility to add other local priorities. Identifying new and emerging areas such as drone technology or computer security is important to keeping an accurate picture of the current workforce. When a business sector is prioritized, the colleges and regions are expected to dedicate significant funding and energy to serving that sector or subsector. A final organizing principle is a focus on outcomes. These become the accountability measure for the Strong Workforce Program. There are 10 measures, but they can be grouped into completion, employment, and wages. It's important to note that the metrics are to align with those of the major federal employment training program, the Workforce Investment Opportunity Act. Keep these organizing principles in mind: alignment, regionalization, the sector approach, and outcomes are the framework on which the Strong Workforce Program is built. With any major initiative, the most difficult task is to move from concept to reality. Fortunately, the Strong Workforce Program has a robust infrastructure. This starts with the Chancellor's Office, which provides fiscal support and implementation guidelines. It also maintains the interface with the legislature and the Department of Finance. With the emphasis on working at the regional level, the regional consortia have a critical role in implementation. Operationally, there are 7 regional consortiums. Each has developed a unique governance structure, but there are commonalities. Most regions have an oversight body made up of college district CEOs that establishes a regional strategy. Implementation and operational issues are handled by a working group of deans and faculty leaders. The regional consortia are also required to have an advisory body made up of representatives of workforce boards, economic development groups, employer groups, adult education providers, and others who have a stake in developing the workforce. Each consortia has a chair who manages the work, including the expenditure of the regional funds and implementation of the regional plan. With economic sectors being a key organizing principle for the Strong Workforce Program, a set of key technical support is provided. There are sector navigators who are individuals with specialized expertise in a sector. They provide statewide leadership and are supported on the regional level by the deputy sector navigators. Strong CTE programs are built on data-informed decisions. There are a number of resources for the colleges to use. Each of the regions has a center of excellence, which specializes in providing labor market information for both the region and the colleges of the region. The centers use existing EDD data supplemented with customized research. There's a set of online information that all decision makers can access. The one you are probably familiar with is the Student Success Scorecard, which has two measures for CTE success. One is the completion of CTE degrees and certificates. The other is earning gains by skill builders. There are a number of online data tools to help our colleges track the progress of students in the CTE program. The most comprehensive of these is the Launchboard. It's a user-friendly portal that brings together data from several different sources. It also has a helpful set of pre-programmed reporting tools. These enable users to easily make key inquiries, such as employment outcomes. It's useful for planning program review, accountability, and accreditation. Although these tools are not specifically developed for trustees, we can work with our college administration to develop queries that would be most helpful for trustees in their policy roles. Here to Career is a mobile app developed by the Young Invincibles in partnership with the Strong Workforce. This app has proven to be very useful to our students as well as trustees. Here to Career is an easy way for students to find careers that match their interests and get connected with tools to be successful. With the mobile application, students can view salary information and high-demand career opportunities specific to their area and find a local community college with a program to help them achieve their goals. This is a great tool for our colleges to collaborate with our K-12 partners for early career visioning. There are also two sources that deal specifically with wage outcomes. The first of these is the Salary Surfer. It takes a statewide look at wage gain of completers by program area. One can see how much a person with a community college associate's degree makes in a given occupation. The second tool is the Wage Tracker, which provides college-specific results of earnings of completers by occupation. Complementing these is the CTE Employment Outcome Survey. Almost all the colleges in the state participate in the project. College leavers, both completers and non-completers, are surveyed in terms of their employment, their satisfaction with the education they received, and related items. The results are compiled on a statewide and college basis. These qualitative results provide information not obtainable from existing databases. For example, the outcome survey asks how satisfied the respondent is with the education the college provided. There are other project-specific initiatives that support the implementation of the Strong Workforce Program. These include the initiatives that focus on STEM careers and innovation. Efforts address the improvement of specific processes, such as streamlining the curriculum approval process. The successful implementation of the Strong Workforce Program requires skills and knowledge beyond which some districts have. I've touched on some of the expertise and resources a college may want to draw on. The Strong Workforce Program is a dynamic initiative that offers many opportunities for trustee leadership, providing policy and strategic help as the program is implemented on a local level is a primary role. To do this, trustees can learn more by taking advantage of the webinars, workshops, and conference presentations on the Strong Workforce Program. The Community College League of California is preparing a series of video briefings. The program you are watching is one of 5 in the series. While it is understood and probably not needed to be stated, local board members will want to work closely with their chancellors and presidents. This initiative offers an opportunity for institutional innovation by which districts can distinguish themselves as well as better serve students. Additionally, there is the opportunity to leverage additional resources to serve students. Local boards can consider appointing one of their trustees to be the point person on CTE. That individual would be responsible for keeping up with the Strong Workforce Program as it develops. The designated trustee would in turn be a resource to the other board members. Local trustees can reinforce their commitment to the Strong Workforce Program by encouraging the full engagement of the district in this statewide effort. Requesting special reports on the local progress demonstrates the board's interest, and the reports will further inform them on workforce development. Trustees should make requests for reports judiciously in order not to overload the college staff. As trustees participate in their business and service clubs, they can make the community aware of this new effort to build a responsive workforce. They may be able to cultivate possible partners for the district. Through their involvement in the community, trustees will be in a position to hear about unmet workforce needs, whether it is a company that's having trouble finding qualified employees or a new company coming to the area. They can bring this information back to the campus. Trustee leadership alone cannot make the program work, but without it, the Strong Workforce Program will not achieve its potential. I hope this introduction to the Strong Workforce Program has been informative. You've been provided an overview of the program and the resources your colleges have available to assist them in implementing this ambitious program. Your continued efforts to understand and support the program as a trustee are essential. For additional information, please visit the Strong Workforce section of the State Chancellor's Office website.